Duster2582 coming back at you with another video, and today I will be reviewing a Hot Wheels 5-pack, and this one is something I didn't really anticipate picking up, but honestly 3 out of the 5 cars of this 5-pack is honestly really cool, and usually that's enough for me to buy it. So yeah, and the 5-pack in question is the Hot Wheels HW Motor Show 5-pack. This is the 2025 pack, I believe, or no, it's actually a 2026 5-pack, excuse me. It has the copyright 2025, so 2026, but it is starting to show up late 2025, so yeah. The Motor Show 5-pack is obviously just going to be a bunch of hypercars here, and there is a couple of models that, are very looked forward to, and, understandably so, because of a certain brand. And this is going to be my first time reviewing this new brand, well, new old brand, I guess, the return of this brand into Hot Wheels. Let's take a look at some of the cars here. So at the bottom we have a Lotus. There's a list on the back. The Lotus EV You got a green Lamborghini Huracan, a 2017 Ford GT. This is going to be a very look forward model. The Ferrari SF90, and the top an Aston Martin Vulcan. And honestly, I really love the color of that one. But of course, one of these models are going to be very sought out after. I only found one of these packs, but for some reason I've been seeing it more, so just a little shocking that I've been find more of these, especially since people only want to get one car out of this whole set, it seems. Yeah, and there's the back of the list if you want to take a look at the proper names of the cars and a bunch of legal stuff. Yeah, let's open up this 5-pack. I don't remember the last time I reviewed a 5-pack. I think it might have been the F1 5-pack. That might have been the last time I reviewed a 5-pack on this channel. And I don't think I've ever bought a 5-pack since. So yeah, it's going to be new right here. And box is out, and there are the cars. So I guess we go from the least, least hype, and honestly my least favorite out of the pack is going to be this Lotus. Do I want to bring the turntable out? I've been having some difficulties with it, with the car not standing on, but I guess we'll try on here. Even though it's a Hot Wheel and plastic tires, doesn't really stay on very well, but let's try it on here. I know it's definitely going to roll off quickly, so yeah, this is the Lotus. I don't even know the name. I keep forgetting. I don't even know what it's called. The Lotus EV. I mean, it's okay, I guess. Not really a car I look forward to, honestly. It's okay. I feel like there's people who actually like it, but honestly, color doesn't look bad. The wheel selection could have been better. This one has taillight details, interestingly, and a little bit of detail in the back. And yeah, you can see the car starting to move a little bit. And it has headlight detail. Yeah, it's not that bad, I guess. There's the base if you want to take a look at it. The Lotus EV Gia. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. So yeah, that's going to be number 1 out of this whole 5-pack. I'm not going to waste too much time on it, and plus it doesn't want to stay. Next one, it's going to be a little bit better than that Lotus, of course. It's going to be the Lamborghini Huracan LP 610-4. What a long name. These Lamborghinis always have a long name for some reason. And yeah, this is the Huracan, the basic Huracan that we have, and see the car's trying to roll already. I should not use this turntable. I should buy it. Someone let me know down in the comments if I could get a new grip for that thing, or if I get an upgraded turntable that actually can grip, because it does not help at all with these reviews. So I have to do it here, unfortunately. And I gotta zoom in a little bit more here, because it's focusing on some other cars in the background, but not this one. So yeah, Lamborghini Huracans, basic. I always see it in the multi-packs, and it comes to the main line from time to time, and I mean, it's okay, I guess. Not really something I look forward to. I know there's people who actually like it, more power to them, of course. But yeah, this one has headlight details, but no taillight details, interestingly. The thing on the roof doesn't look bad. Take a closer look here. Got the engine in the back. Of course, wheels, a little bit better than that Lotus. And here's the rear. It says Huracan. It looks like it's a misprint. Or, yeah, it looks like it's a little bit of a misprint. It barely says Huracan on there, interestingly. And the exhaust. Wow, I just noticed that. The exhausts are painted. Interesting. I think that might be a first for Hot Wheels, honestly. I don't think I've ever seen this before. I guess instead of rear taillight details, they put exhaust details. Wow, that kind of caught me off guard there. Man, if they could do this for more models, that's crazy. I did not notice that. For a $1 type car, that's honestly pretty good. I'll say that definitely caught me by surprise there. All right, next model. It's our third car, the whole 5-pack, and definitely I think one of my most favorites, besides I guess the other two that are coming up, just because of the color, the 2017 Ford GT. I think this might be my first example of this diecast I own, because I think I have the Ford GT race car. With the big wing and the front splitter and such. It looks almost like this. It's just more modified for, endurance racing. But this is my first Ford GT that's stock from 2017. Very interesting. People criticize the car for what it is. It's not a real Ford GT, but honestly, it looks pretty cool. Just because it doesn't have a V8 doesn't make it cool, I guess. But I don't know. The purple on here looks amazing. Love purple cars, like I've mentioned many times before. Headlight details. We got the classic GT stripes going down the sides or on the roof. Very nice and silver. We got the Ford emblem on the front. Got a number 2 on the side. That is not a misprint. I think that's actually how it's supposed to be. And here's the rear. No taillight details, but that's fine, honestly. Wheels are blacked out. I think they're the same wheel. Yeah, they're the same wheel types as that Lamborghini, but they're just blacked out. Doesn't look bad. And here's the base. 2007 Ford GT. Not a bad model. I like this one. Just because of the color, I guess. Yeah, and here comes a big boy, I guess. Or I should save it for last, because honestly I do like this next one here. The Aston Martin Vulcan. Not really a car that gets too many releases, honestly, which is kind of unfortunate, because the Vulcan is actually an amazing car. I do like it myself. I don't have too many examples of it for some reason. I don't know why. But this black one with the neon green stripes, I love this one. And like in Forza Horizon 4, I would actually play with it. I'd actually play this car, I'd drive it. And it'd actually be in this somewhat color, which, yeah, I like that. But, hopefully the next race is gonna be the same matte black, but with the blue stripes. That would honestly be amazing, because that's the colorway I like as well. But this neon green looks amazing. Yeah, a very light car, I'll tell you that. Wheel selections, of course, perfect. For this, no headlight details, but I guess that's fine, because it doesn't really have headlights in real life, I believe, or very small headlights. And there's the design that goes on the side. Not painted roof, which, is a thing that not too many people like about it. That the roof is all see-through, and that's not realistic. And yeah, I'll do criticize that it's not real, but honestly it doesn't look bad. Since it's mostly tinted, you can kind of barely tell. And yeah, there's the rear, no taillight details either, but whatever. And then there's a big rear wing. I like these race cars, the type race cars that look like race cars pretty much. So I do get a kick out of this. And there's the base, Aston Martin Vulcan. Yeah, I do like this one a lot. But I don't think it's going to be too many people's favorites. The wheel looks a little loose there. That's a little interesting. Alright, and the big boy itself, and probably going to be the highlight for many people in this 5-pack. The Ferrari SF90. I bought this 5-pack just because it had that Ferrari, and I was like, wow, that's the first time. Well, it should be, to clarify, my second time I've actually found a Ferrari out in the wild. Because the first Ferrari I ever found out in the wild, it was actually at a pavilion store, and I found this. And it's actually one of the first Ferraris they've released once Mattel got the license again. The Ferrari 365 GTB4 Competizione. Yeah, it's a new model. It's the international case because Vaughn's and Albert's always get the international cases for some reason. And yeah, I've had it on my wall, so that's why there's a little bit damage on the peg hook. But yeah, I found 2 of them. I just kept one, and I gave another one to my father. And yeah, this is a very nice model. I wish I could find another one to open up, but these Ferraris have been drying up like crazy. But yeah, Ferrari 365, love these vintage race cars, So yeah, that is officially the first Ferrari I've ever found. Then I found this one in a 5-pack. And I'm going to have to come back on that story. Well, let's take a look at the car first, because I do have a little bit of a funny story with this as well. Well, I don't know if it's funny, but it's kind of funny to me. But yeah, Ferrari SF90, her first look at another color for the Ferrari, this specific SF90 casting. It's pretty cool that they're back. Ferrari's been back for about almost a year now, almost. It's pretty cool to have more Ferraris, but something I've been meaning to say is that, like, I don't know if I can make a separate video on it, but the Ferrari hype is going to die down. I feel like it will die down. That's all I'm going to say right there. Just like the Koenigsegg's, they only made one Agera R for that Need for Speed entertainment line. And just because of that, the hype went up like crazy, and once they brought back Koenigsegg, people were buying them up, and then now no one's buying them. So the Ferrari hype will die down, I hope, and I think it will, because now they're gonna make so many Ferraris and so many people won't be able to collect all of them. But right now the hype is insane, but it will die down eventually. So yeah, and there's the rear. There's no taillight details. It's in this, like, I don't know if you want to call it, I don't know, I guess burgundy. I think that's the right color. It's like a dark red with the Ferrari badge emblem on the side. Got the Ferrari badge on the front as well. The headlight details. It's all plastic. The window, just like the the Vulcan, Aston Martin Vulcan, but it actually has texture on top. Doesn't make it look too bad. Engines in the rear. These PR5 wheels always look nice. This one makes it look pretty good. And then there's the base Ferrari SF90 Stradale, I think. It's supposed to be Italian. But yeah, now into that interesting thing I was going to talk about. So I found this 5-pack at Target, right? Then a couple of days later, I was going into work. I passed by a Pavilions, which is also close to where I work. And that's where I found that Ferrari, the 365 GTB4 Competizione thing. I went in there and I caught it looks like I caught a restock. Because I found they only have like one section where they have a dump bin and like 2 sections of like cars or pegs. And I found these cars, and I was very, very happy to find them. I found the Mercedes Formula 1 car, one I've been missing for a while, but I only found one, which really sucks because I want to make a review on this one. But once I get another one, that's when I'll make the review. If I find another one, that's when I'll make the review. Hopefully I'll be able to find another one, just so I can make the review soon. And I found the Ferraris. I found the first Ferrari that they made in mainline again. And it's, of course, the SF90. And this is the first ever color, and it's in that proper Ferrari red. Of course, international case, no description on the back. And yeah, I found 3. I was very shocked. Only 3, and this is the second one. I bought 2. One to keep in the box, one to open, and the third one he gave it to my father. So yeah, we're gonna open up one of these here and just have two of them. But before I continue, a couple of days later, I walked to a different Target, or I should say, yeah, my father went to Walmart, and then he found me. He found me this, the recolor of the 365 Competizione. Yeah, I was very shocked that he found it. The fact that I've been finding, or I've been getting all these Ferraris in a span of a couple of weeks or a couple of days is kind of crazy. And not only that, he also found a new Ferrari model to me, the F40. Yeah, this is one I've been wanting to find, but I haven't had any luck finding it. But he got me the yellow one. I need to find the red one, which is the first color. But having this yellow one is already pretty nice. Yeah, this one is of course at Walmart. It's the US case, so I'll have the description on the back. But yeah, crazy how I got all these Ferraris, and then it doesn't stop there. I walked to a different Target, and then I think they just put some cars on the pegs, and I found this Dodge Viper treasure hunt. So that's pretty cool. It's from the B case of 2026, which is crazy. We're already in 2026 cases. Then boatload of Ferraris. Look at that. I got 3 colors of the SF90 now. So now it's in blue. Of course, it's not a new model because this is a 2026, and it's part of the Ferrari line. So that is going to be very interesting to try to find. The second model, I believe, is going to be another F40 in black, and that one's going to be a super treasure hunt. So yeah, it's been a week of Ferraris, it seems. Yeah, let's push this car aside and let's crack this one open, shall we? I didn't really expect to open up these. I didn't expect to open up this car with the 5-pack, but since it came with the same car, might as well. So yeah, there's going to be too many differences, of course, in the casting, or I guess the decal tampos, except just the color and the wheel colors, I guess. So yeah, this is going to be the proper Ferrari red. Headlight details the same, badges are the same, has black rims. It's the same as those, the PR5s, but they're just blacked out. The base, of course, the SF90. Yeah, it's all going to be the same. So yeah, it's just a different color. Which one would y'all prefer, honestly? Would you prefer this burgundy, or would you prefer the classic Ferrari red? Or if you want to be a little bit different, the blue one. We have 3 colors to choose from so far. 2 reds, I guess, or 2 shades of red and a blue. So that's very cool. So yeah, there's the 2 Ferraris. I didn't really expect to find these just in the span of a couple days. So yeah, very cool. Awesome to have Ferrari back. With my criticism of saying the hype will die off soon, it'll just make it easier to find these cars a little bit, just like in the 90s. But yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, boatload of Ferraris. We got this 5-pack, but of course the highlight for everyone is going to be the Ferraris. So let's put all these cars from the 5-pack all in one shot here. And yeah, I guess that has been the review of the 2025 Hot Wheels Motor Show 5-pack featuring the Ferraris. All these Ferraris I have now, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, are you going to be looking for this 5-pack? It depends on the cars. If you like the cars, I suggest you to pick it up. If you only want one, I guess if you want to, I don't know. I'm not going to stop you, of course. But yeah, if you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe. We're trying to reach those 1,000 subscribers. I know we can do it. And I'll see you next time. Peace.